Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we have a bunch of socks that were donated to us by an awesome third grade student. So we're going to use them today and recycle them in a way to make a new winter project. That winter activity is a snowman stuffy. So we're going to be making little tiny snowman stuffed animals with these socks. So the first thing you want to do is choose a sock that's going to work for you. Now, not all of them are white, and snowmen are usually white, so that's up to you if you want to choose a design or a plain sock. The next thing is going to be to fill it with rice. Now, we don't have a lot of rice today, so make sure that you're only filling up the bottom of the sock with rice, using that cup, making sure you get all of the rice into that sock. When you've got the bottom filled, you're going to take a rubber band from your bin and tie it really, really tight on there after the rice stops. It's important to really make sure that you get that rubber band on there, because if it's not tight, then your rice might spill out and we're going to have a big mess. So I make sure I twist my rubber band around there several times before I tie it off and finish. After I twist that rubber band around there, then I'm going to be ready to start decorating.
After you cut the extra of the sock off the top, you can tie it in the middle. You want to make sure that you're tying it in the middle so that the top is not heavier than the bottom. After you tie it off and make sure that it's tight, then we get to add the details. We're going to be using something called glue dots to add those details, like buttons and pom-poms and eyes and whatever else you want. So after you cut off that extra on the top, you can use the glue dots. When you're using the glue dots, each table has one glue dot roller. With that glue dot roller, you will need to share it because there is one per table. Make sure that whatever you're gluing, you are gluing on the flat side. When you're using a glue dotter, you just have to roll it onto what you're gluing and pull it towards you. After you pull it towards you, that glue is sticky enough to stick on, and it sticks forever. It is permanent glue, so make sure that you're using it very carefully. Don't get it on yourself. After you roll that glue on there, you can hold down what you're gluing for 10 seconds. If you don't hold it down for 10 seconds, it might come off. So I'm adding my buttons, and then I'm going to add a pom-pom for the nose. After you glue down the buttons, then I'm going to go ahead and use my glue dots to add my nose. I'm using an orange pom-pom to add my nose, but if you're making something a little different, you could pick a different color for yours. When you're gluing on the pom-pom, it's a little bit trickier because those hairs stick to the glue. So be extra careful and stick it on there for another 10 seconds. Then I'm going to use a Sharpie marker to add my eyes and my mouth. I am going to pretend that mine is made out of coal, so I'm making black dots for my eyes and my mouth. Instead of just drawing a squiggle to make a smiley face, I'm drawing each as a dot. When you're drawing with Sharpie on the sock, you need to make sure that you're pressing down and kind of going over it a few times. If you just draw lightly, it will not work. Then I'm going to pick a ribbon to use as a scarf. I pull that glue dot across the ribbon, then wrap it around the neck. After I do that, I hold it down for 10 seconds where I want it so it sticks to the sock. After I'm done with the scarf, then I have options to add a hat. For the hat, I can use my extra sock that I cut off earlier. If I'm using that extra sock or another sock from your table, or maybe you want to trade with somebody so you have a different pattern for your hat, you're going to turn it inside out, then you're going to tie the top with a rubber band very tightly. After you do that, you can turn it back inside out, so that way it's got a hat top and it's not just a hole in it. Then I'm going to roll the top part up. After I roll that part up, it can fit on my head. If it's too small or too big, you can adjust your size as you need. When you're done putting the hat onto your sock, then you can add your name. In fact, you have to add your name, otherwise we won't know who this belongs to. I would suggest writing your name in Sharpie on one of your buttons. That's going to be the easiest place to write it. All right, artists, have fun today.